1991 Ford Fiesta RS Turbo. As you can see, finished in lovely gloss black with the darker Recaro interior. Easily the best RS Turbo we've had in here. Fabulous, fabulous condition. The vendor is of the impression that the car hasn't been painted before, or certainly hasn't been apart for a full shoot or anything like that. When you look around the car, all the telltale signs like window seals, any signs of any overspray, if you check inside on the door shuts, around these areas, look behind the seals like that, I would say he's more than likely right. Again, you can never be too sure, but if someone's got the trouble of painting it with that level of detail, they deserve a medal because they've done a phenomenal job. But I would say he's probably right. It does look like it hasn't been painted before. The only place we know it's been painted is it did have a repair around the filler cap where they usually go. You will see on one of the magazine features, there's a little bit of a sort of shot of it there. But whoever's done the repair, look at that. Phenomenal work there. There's not a sign of any filler. There's no ripples, and it can go any angle you want around that filler cap. Really, really fabulous job they've done there. But starting with the paperwork, we're going to have a quick look through that. So the car's been multiple magazine featured. So it was in Performance Ford. It was a lovely standard car with a really nice history. So they've gone all the way through that there. I think it's a sort of 4 or 5 page feature with some fabulous photographs and things in there. So that's in Performance Ford. It's in Rally News. It's in the RS Owners Club catalogue for the month of May. And then here we are in Modern Classics. So loads of bits and bobs there. It comes with an RS catalogue for the right time of production as well, which is lovely. So you can see all the options that are on the car. We've got the price guide that goes with it. Rates Ford are the people that supplied the car. So that's their main dealer books. We have your Ford books there, and then we have another one. So I would imagine this is the original one. They always fade and go sort of dark and horrible, whereas this is a lovely original one with all your books in there as well. On top of all that, we have a full box file. Sorry, excuse the dodgy camera work. A full box file of more paperwork in there. And then we also have this really well organized ring binder file. So we've got the second set of keys there, the immobilizers. We've got copies of old logbooks. We've got, let's just move that out of the way, sorry, 2 seconds. What we believe is every single MOT all the way through. So keep going, the old style MOTs, going into the newer of the old style, then the green, the first of the A4s in 06. Obviously at that point we're on digital, but we've got all of these all the way through. And then onto the current style, all the way through. And I believe he hasn't printed the current one out, which we'll do and add there. We've also got invoices for all of its sort of servicing, maintenance, some old school ones from sort of Dagenham Motors, your Ford parts, things like that. We also have, interestingly, that we believe is payment for the deposit of the car. Then we've got service checklists from Ford, which are always nice to have. Loads and loads of receipts for service in there all the way through. I mean, we'll detail all of this in the description, but a lot of main dealer Ford receipts. You know, people say the car's got a large history file and it's sort of 10 bits of paper, whereas this is genuinely hundreds and hundreds of documents all there. We'll detail all of that in the description, so we don't have to flick through it there. Don't want to bore you too much. But like I say, a really nice, comprehensive history. We're going to start with the car by having a good look around the bodywork. Then we're going to go on to the interior, and then we're going to go for a cold engine startup. I photographed the car last night, pulled it out the studio there, and I've left it there overnight. So it's a genuine, true cold engine startup. There is not a drop of oil or fluid or anything dropping out of that car there. Let's start by, like I say, on the bodywork. We'll start on this front driver's wing. If we look down this side, you can see lovely and straight all the way down. You can actually see more of the junk we've got piled up in the corner than you can in the car, which is a good sign. Early 90s black car. You aren't going to find a tidier one than that here. Fabulous, fabulous condition. Driver's front wing, there's no sign of any marks on that top edge there where sort of things would catch it if it had a cover on or anything like that. The rest of the wing itself, look at that, it's a glass. There's no sign of any filler all the way down. Beautiful and sharp on that body line all the way along. Normally these arches can sit a little bit away from the wing, but actually this one sits nice and snug all the way down inside the arch. Lovely and clean. I mean, you can see how clean the spring is in there. No sign of any stone chips on the body kit, which is normal, but this one's very good. It's on the correct spec Pirelli tyres, those 185/55s, on the 14-inch 3 spokes with the centre caps. They are unmarked all the way around. If we're being really picky, the tyres are a little bit old. If we're going to be really sort of picky about this, the tyres, I believe the date stamp was 2014 on them. We'll double check that, I'll put it in the description. So for me, maybe a new set of tyres wouldn't hurt. All depends on what you're going to do for it. They're the right spec, they've got loads of tread left. They feel fine, but just for the sake of it. Right, coming up onto this front quarter, you've got this A pillar here, which normally has the odd stone chip, but as you can see, that one is excellent all the way up down to the leading edge of the windscreen. No sign of any stone chips, no sign of any corrosion coming through. Really nice and neat. All the way around that sunroof, there's nothing at all to whinge about there. And the correct sunroof, not those nasty aftermarket ones. We did skip ahead a little bit, so we're going to go back to that scuttle pan around the windscreen wipers, around where the seal is. It's all excellent. Again, another telltale sign that the car hasn't had paint work. There's not a build-up of paint in those vents. It's lovely and clear all the way around. And the seals themselves are nice and soft. We're on the correct stamped windows all the way around. Coming down this side, again, this green trim, normally these can fade and peel and be a bit horrible, but these ones are lovely all the way along. The body kit fits really, really well. Normally they've got sort of waviness to them all the way along. And where you tell is you look at these rivets here. Again, they should be like that quite often. If they've been off, they get fitted with horrible, nasty screws, but these ones are on the correct rivets. Again, doesn't look like they've been off before. Inside the door shut there while we're there. All nice and tidy. All the jack and point covers are there. Front and back, they've not been rammed up any curbs or anything like that. We'll pop the camera underneath. Not caked in under seal. Not hiding anything. Really nice and clean under there. When I picked the car up the other day, the vendor was very conscious that A, it was going on a trailer, which of course it was, and B, that we weren't doing anything in the rain. Because as long as he's had the car, and he does know the previous owner very well, the car's never seen rain. I don't think it's seen rain before that either, to be fair. Lovely and clean all the way along that seal on the door. All the plastics on the door. Again, normally these have got stone chips and they're dried and they're cracked, or they're covered in back to black, but these ones are all excellent. All the glass on this side is lovely and clear. Got your Ford security system sticker there, which is a nice touch. Round the lock on the door as well, they're all very good. There's no scratches at all to note on that driver's door. Moving down at the rear quarter, and again, normally you get your stone chips appearing down here where it sort of kicks out. But as you can see, there's a little speck of dirt there, we'll ignore that. But other than that, excellent all the way around. There's no sign of any stone chips inside there either. We'll get to the back, there is one there if I'm being really picky. On the inside of the arch, that's how picky I'm being with this car. Another fantastic wheel. Lovely and clean in there. Again, look at the spring in there. Really, really good. Inside that window, normally you can get a bit of nastiness starting there, but this one, see if we can get the camera right under there. See, that's excellent all the way around. If we look up that side again, genuinely light glass, fabulous all the way around. No marks on the bumper corners. That rear bumper sits nice and straight. And again, the trim is lovely and clean all the way along. Correct stamped rear lights on both sides with no cracks or any damaging to it. The stickers are all good. It's on the original supply and dealer plate, which is a lovely touch. If we're being really picky, there's a little mark at the bottom of the badge, but that's me being mean. Supply and dealer in the rear window. You can see the parcel shelf's not faded. There's no cracks or anything in it. There's no speaker holes. The seal around that rear window is lovely and neat all the way along. Got the correct fixings inside the spoiler, and that again is not dried out or cracked. Have another look at the roof from there. I've seen brand new black cars with the worst finish than this. Really fabulous finish. And coming lower down, again the exhaust sits nice and straight in its slot. If we go underneath, you can see that's all lovely under there. Boot floor, spare wheel well, all very, very good. No marks at all to note on the bodywork, especially around the key area on the boot. The electric release does work, which we'll show you in a second. Around the seals on this side are all lovely. And then coming round on the passenger side, looking up that side, fabulous and straight all the way up. Like I say, we know it's had a repair around here because they are known for rotting around there. But this one, as you can see, I'm going to go around it again. I know I did it before. Unfortunately, you can see more of me than you can of the bodywork, but look how good that is. The gaps on the rear bumper are fantastic. No real signs of any stone chips on the back there. Lovely all the way around that inside of that arch. Another good wheel. No marks at all to notice on that rear quarter. Oh, there you go. One very, very minor scratch just there, which is worth pointing out. And then again up on the roof from this angle. Lovely and tidy. All the glass on this side stamped up nice and clear. Body kit fits lovely and neat all the way along. Jacking points are there. We have a look inside the door again. All the rivets are there. You can see normally it lifts up all the way along here. This one's lovely. Doors shut fantastic as well. Panel gaps are lovely. I'm trying to find something to whinge about, but I'm really not seeing anything. Get another look underneath. You can see that sill nice and straight all the way along. It's not kicked out or rammed up a curb or anything like that. Oh, there we go. Got something to whinge about. We're being really picky. The door's been opened at some point. There's a tiny little chip on the paint there. Can't see it from the door being shut, but it is there. Round the lock, all lovely and tidy on this side as well. If we look down the side of the car, that is a 33-year-old black car. Look at that. Door shuts, all fantastic on this side. Around the wing mirror caps, all lovely as well. Nice and neat on the wing and down that scuttle again. And like I say, if it has had paintwork, it's been a fabulous job. Around the sunroof on this side, lovely and tidy. All these are lovely and neat as well. They're not dried out or cracked. No sign of any corrosion coming through around the windscreen. Down at the front wing, still on the forward stamped indicators. They've not been replaced for aftermarket ones or anything like that. That green stripe all the way down the line is good. No sign of any stone chips inside that arch. Again, that fits lovely. It doesn't sit proud or anything like that. It's a little bit of polish stuck in there, which we'll get. Again, another very good wheel. That whole wing, there's no marks. Again, normally you get some sort of hazing or swirls on the top of that wing, but again, you can see fantastic all the way around. It has genuine Ford headlight protectors on it, which I think are a lovely touch. We do have one spare for one side. They are still on there. Really nice. That's a cool touch. Front bumper sits lovely and straight. We're on another dealer plate on the front. Marks wise, we've got one or two very minor stone chips on the front there. But for the age of the car, I think we can allow that. Very, very minor on the bumper and a couple of minor ones on the bonnet, but the top of the bonnet, go straight and flat, that, as you can see. Our new lights in the roof more than anything. Around the vents, lovely and clear. Again, you would normally find a build-up of paint or anything nasty in there, or a bit of peel where you can't physically polish on the vents. You can see these are fabulous on both sides. No marks on the lower half of the bumper. That sort of plastic bottom piece can quite often get scraped up, but that one's all good. And then all of the bottom lights are all lovely as well. So I'm sure you can agree, exterior wise, fabulous, fabulous condition. I don't think you'll find a better one. Moving on to the interior, and it's much the same story in here. Edges of the doors are all lovely. On the bottom of the doors are good. Door shuts are nice. We can see the VIN plate all nice and neat, not been messed with in there. Electric windows, again, those switches can quite often go white and faded. That's nice. There's no wear at all on the handle or on the top here. Driver's seat, normally these start to sag by now. This one is in lovely condition. You've got a tiny little crease there, but actually, to be fair, that's about as close to factory as you're going to find. Really, really good. See the material, lovely and neat all the way down. Steering wheel, no sign of any wear really at all to that. Very, very light. Maybe a couple of little dimples on the top if we're being picky, but generally, fabulous condition. And when you think the car's done 92,000 miles, like I say, we've got every MOT as well. It's definitely never had a fat lad like me sitting in it. It's been beautifully cared for. On the top of that dash, all nice and neat. There's no cracking where you'd normally find it. Around the vents are good. This is the attention to detail that this owner's got. We've got Rates Ford, like sort of PDI mat, covering the waffle mats, and they're not paper, they're sort of vinyl as well. Underneath a fabulous carpet. The heel pads are like brand new. Pedals are in lovely condition. They're not sort of worn or stretched. We'll pop that back in so it doesn't go missing. Lovely and neat down the side of the seat. If we pull that seat forward, the backs of the seats are good. These are not stretched out or pulled. Carpet set again. These have been light carpet. They normally go grey and horrible and dark, but these ones are really very good. Back seats are in lovely condition. Headlining is good all the way along. Again, to go with those mats, they've got the original Ford hang tag with all the specs on the RS, which are a really nice touch. We'll pop the boot while we're in there. You will notice that we've got the obligatory traffic light air freshener, and the sticker has come loose off the battery, but it is there with the car. We will put that back on, but it is there. Again, showing you the level of detail that owner's gone into. And then when we go into the boot, we'll have a look on the underside of the boot lip here. It's really, really good all the way along. I mean, look at the anodizing on that. That's excellent. Really good all the way around. And then on this side, no sign of any trap moisture, no sign of any corrosion in the seams or anything like that. Lovely and neat in the boot. The carpet set's nice. These side trims are all good. If we lift that boot up, again, all nice and tidy in there. You can see around the bolt holes and all that sort of stuff. It's all good. Backs of the seats are good. It's not had things bashing off that. Into the passenger side. Again, lovely and neat on the door. Door cards and the door shuts are all lovely. Oh, we've missed a tiny speck of dirt there. There you go. Found something to whinge about. Again, lovely and neat in there. Mats are excellent. Carpet's fantastic. Passenger seat is as good as the driver's seat. Really very, very good. Arguably even better. This side of the dash is lovely. It's still got the tape holders, which are a really nice touch, and they work. On the original spec stereo, none of the buttons are all worn out or anything like that. We'll go around and pop the bonnet, which I should have done while we were there earlier on, so I apologise. And we'll have some dodgy camera work while we pin that bonnet up. But again, under here, I mean, even if you look at the bonnet stay, it's like brand new. Along the front scuttle, there's one little scratch just there. I've never ever had to point out scratches on a scuttle panel before, but that's how picky we're being. All your plates are visible as you want them to be. Battery cover's still intact. Obviously you would have that sticker on there, which we will put back, so just use your imagination. Tell you what we'll do it now. There you go, and then you know it's there. But again, it shows the attention to detail that the owners have had, and the passion for the car, and that, if you know your things, should be that way around. So we'll put that back on there. If we look into the strut tops, that's all lovely and neat. The jack, again, I don't think that's ever been out of there. Really nice and neat along the firewall. No sign of any modifications, even on Ford stamped hoses still. And normally they go white and faded and horrible on there and here, but as you can see, they're all really good. Engine itself looks fantastic. Along the front edge where now we've got that lifted up, you can see that's all nice and neat in there as well. We'll get it fired up. And amazingly for one of these, there is no rattle on startup, which I'll show you now. I will shut up for a couple of seconds. And turn the wipers back off. When was the last time you heard an RS turbo start up like that with no rattle? Taking over lovely and smooth. We go round the back. Nothing nasty coming out of the exhaust. Like I say, totally stone dead cold starter since yesterday. No sign of any temperature at all in that. So there you have it. Arguably the best RS Turbo Fiesta on the market today. More than welcome for anyone to come and have a look. If you want to come and do a viewing, just let us know, we'll book you in. If you can't get here, again, let us know. We can do video calls, we can send you extra photos or videos, send someone else to inspect it. Check the description, we'll detail everything we know as far as service history, all that sort of stuff. Any more questions at all, please get in touch. Thank you.